to my channel. I hope you're all having a magical start to your day. I'm here today with another DIY Mickey Mouse shaped treats video. This is my second DIY Mickey Mouse shaped treats video on my channel, and I'm actually thinking about making this into a series. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I still have a couple of more treats that I want to film, so yeah, I might make this into a series. I had so much fun filming this video and even more fun eating all the delicious treats. The Mickey Mouse pretzel and the Mickey Mouse cinnamon roll are life-changing. So yeah, if you have any other questions and concerns, just ask them in the comments below and I will try my hardest to get back to you as soon as possible. And without further ado, we're gonna get into this video. This first recipe is super simple. You can of course make your own homemade cinnamon rolls, but I am going to be using the Pillsbury Grands. These work really well. You want to take one cinnamon roll and place it on a baking sheet, and then take another cinnamon roll it apart, and then you're going to take a knife and cut it in half. Both of these halves are going to act as Mickey's ears. Once you have them both cut in half, you want to roll them back up, and as you can tell, some of the cinnamon just fell off of mine, so I'm placing it right on the top. My whole surface was clean, so I didn't mind just placing it on top. So roll both of these back up and you're going to have two mini cinnamon rolls. Place this next to your larger cinnamon roll where the ears of Mickey would lay, and then just make sure that you are pinching it together with the dough so it sticks together in the oven. Bake these in the oven until golden brown. Mine took about 17 minutes, and this is what they looked like when I took them out of the oven. They are so beautiful. Your house is going to smell amazing. I love the way that they kind of puffed out in the oven and expanded. They are just perfect. To get the full cinnamon roll effect, I of course had to drizzle mine with the icing. I just placed my icing in a sandwich bag and cut off the tip to make it a little easier to work with. And this is what the final Mickey Mouse cinnamon roll looks like. It is absolutely beautiful, and on top of it being aesthetically pleasing to look at, it also tastes so freaking amazing. It reminds me of the ooey gooey cinnamon rolls that you can get at Magic Kingdom. So good. I highly suggest everybody trying this one out. You will not be disappointed. Next up, we are making some chocolate covered Mickey Mouse Oreos. You want to start off with some Oreo minis. Open up your Oreo minis and remove the cream from the inside. You can either eat that or use it for another recipe. Then you want to take a full-size Oreo, open it up, and you want to have the cream side facing up. Take two of your Oreo mini cookies and just squish them into the cream to act as the ears. Take another Oreo and remove the cream from it. Take this cream and place it right on top of the Oreo that you're working with. This is going to act as a paste that's going to hold your Oreo together. Take your other Oreo cookie half, place it on top, and gently push down so that your Oreo cookie is intact. Place your Mickey Mouse cookie in some melted chocolate and then remove all the excess chocolate by banging your fork down on the side of the bowl. Once all of your cookies are complete, you want to let the chocolate harden by placing it either in the refrigerator or the freezer. Once the chocolate has hardened, take your Mickey Mouse cookie and dip the bottom half into some red melted chocolate. And the final step is to add in some yellow or white oval-shaped candies right into the center. And this is what the final cookie looks like. I think it came out adorable. These would be perfect for any Mickey Mouse themed party. I can see kids having so much fun making these, and more importantly, I can see them having so much fun eating them. Next up, we are going to be making some Mickey Mouse cake pops that you can find in Walt Disney World or in Disneyland. In my previous video, I showed you how to make some Mickey Mouse cake pops that are perfect for parties. This time around, I'm going to show you how to make the authentic cake pops that you can get in the actual parks. You're going to need to start off with some cake pop batter, and you can find the recipe for this in my previous video that I linked at the top left-hand corner of this video. Place your cake pop batter on some wax paper, and I noticed that mine was just a little too thin, so I ended up folding it in half, and then I used a spatula to press it down until it was flat. Take a small circular item, I'm just using a mini mason jar, and press it down into your cake pop batter until you get small circular cake pops. Once you have your circular cake pops ready, we're going to make the ears, and I did this by taking the top of a water bottle and I pressed it down into these square marshmallows that I got at Walmart. Take your marshmallow ears, dip them into some melted chocolate, and then place them back on top of the cake pop. Take a cake pop stick, dip it into the chocolate, and then place it inside of the cake pop on the bottom. I did some on the bottom and I did some on the top. Freeze these for at least 20 minutes. Once your cake pops are hard, you're going to dip them into the chocolate, and I found this to be very difficult, so I ended up just taking the chocolate, putting it on a spoon, and drizzling it over the top, and then hitting it down to remove any of that excess chocolate. And finally, to add a little bit of dimension to these cake pops, I melted up some red chocolate. You can use whatever color you like. I placed it into a sandwich bag, cut the tip off, and then I just drizzled it all over the cake pop. And this is what the final product looks like when it is complete. I think that they came out amazing. They are pretty easy to make, relatively cheap, and they just taste so incredible. Again, I think that these would be perfect for any Disney theme party. I can see kids and adults going crazy over these, or these would just be really fun to do as an afternoon project. And for the final recipe of this video, we are going to be making the iconic Mickey Mouse pretzel, and this recipe was inspired by Yoho Disney's blog post. If you are unfamiliar with Yoho Disney, I will link all their social media platforms in the description below. They are amazing. They have a Twitter, they have an Instagram, a YouTube channel, a blog post, a Snapchat, etc. And they are just amazing Disney people. I emailed them asking if I could use this recipe in my video, and they said yes, and I was so happy that they did, because A, it was so easy to follow, and B, it was one of the best pretzels I have ever had in my entire life. So definitely check them out if you get a chance. Okay, so on to the actual pretzel recipe. You need to start off with 1 1/4 cup of water, and you want to pour that into a bowl, and then you want to add 1 packet of active dry yeast. Just open that up, pour it into the bowl, and then mix it up. Allow the water yeast mixture to sit for about 10 minutes. So while it is sitting, you want to start with your dry ingredients, and you're going to need 5 cups of flour. To the 5 cups of flour, you're going to add 1/2 cup of sugar, and you're also going to add a dash of salt. I did about a tablespoon of salt. Then you want to mix it up. I just used a fork and I mixed it all up into the bowl. Next, you want to add all of your dry ingredients into a stand-up mixer. I'm not sure if you can hand mix this because you need to knead the dough. That sounds so funny. But yeah, I just added all of mine into my stand-up mixer, and then to the dry ingredients, I added a tablespoon or about a capful of vegetable oil, and then I added in the water and the yeast mixture, and then I just set mine on low and just added it higher and higher and higher to make the dough start to form. Allow this to mix for about 8 minutes, and then a nice pretzel dough should form into your bowl. Take a large glass bowl and spray it down with some cooking spray, and then take your dough, place it right inside of that bowl. Then you're going to take some saran wrap, place it over the bowl, and then you want to spray down that saran wrap, flip it over, and just completely tightly cover your dough and allow this to rise for about an hour. Your dough should double in size. Before we start rolling out the dough, you're going to take some water. I did about 4 cups of water, and to that you want to add half of a cup of baking soda and just mix it up. On a cutting board, add some flour, and then just use your hands to kind of spread the flour out over the whole cutting board. Then you want to place down your dough, and then on top of your dough you want to add a little bit more flour. Next, you want to take a knife and cut out small sections of the pretzel dough. Then just take your hands and roll it out so you get long cylindrical pieces. Once you have all your dough pieces formed, we're going to start to make Mickey's head, and this was so much fun. You want to start by taking one of the long dough strips and just form it into an oval. This is going to act as Mickey's head. Then you want to take 2 smaller pieces and make half circles on the top, and this is going to act as Mickey's ears. And very, very important, make sure you are pressing all the dough into the oval piece so that it sticks together in the oven. Next, you're going to take a smaller piece and you're going to roll this into another oval, and you're going to place this kind of a little lower than the center. This is going to act as the nose. And lastly, you want to take 2 tinier pieces, roll them out a little bit so that they're long, and place these in the middle, and this is going to act as Mickey's eyes. Very carefully grab the whole pretzel, dip it into the water and baking soda mixture, and just place it onto a greased down baking pan. Lastly, I just took some coarse sea salt and I just placed it on top, and then I threw this in the oven for about 8 minutes at 450 degrees. And this is what my Mickey Mouse pretzel looks like. I am so in love. Seriously, guys, how adorable of this. It's like taking a little piece of the park and bringing it right straight to your kitchen. I am in love with the way this came out, and it tasted probably like the best homemade pretzel I've ever had in my entire life. This is me breaking it apart so you can see how soft it is on the inside. This was perfect. Thank you so much again, Yoho Disney, for allowing me to use your recipe. Video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below what your favorite Mickey Mouse shaped treat is that you can get at Walt Disney World or at Disneyland, and please leave me any suggestions of Mickey Mouse shaped treats that I can try to recreate. If you try out any of these DIYs, please tag me on Instagram or on Twitter if you take a picture. I would love to see your recreations. And thank you guys so much for your support on my channel. It means the absolute world to me. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys!